Let's take this little three-part series one step further now in part 3. Our focus has been become in experience what you are in Christ. That is the summary of New Testament ethics, the way obedience follows from what God has done in us. And I started with 2 Corinthians 5:17, if anyone is in Christ, if we are united to him by faith, this person in Christ is a new creation. So a new thing has come into being, and it came into being by union with Christ, and our obedience does not bring it into being. Faith in Christ, union with Christ, brings it into being, or it comes into being as we believe, because the creation is the faith itself, as well as all the fruit from it. The old has passed away, the new has come. And then I dealt with these texts, and I'll just quickly mention them. You really are unleavened, so you are, now become unleavened. Cleanse out the old leaven, so become what you are. You have died to sin, so consider yourselves dead to sin. Become what you are. You have died, so put to death what is earthly in you. Become what you are. Sin will have no dominion over you. It's certain. So don't let it have dominion over you. Become what God has promised you are and will be. You are slaves to righteousness, so present your members as slaves. Become what you are. Your new self was created in true righteousness. So put off the old self and put on the new and become what you are. So the summary so far is the fruit of obedience. That is, the obedience which is the fruit on the tree of the Christian life, does not make a good tree, but confirms, shows that the tree is good. So all of these, the tree is good, the tree is good, the tree is good. These do not make the tree good, right? These simply show that the tree is good. We become what we are. Now, what I want to do is go to a few texts and simply show that there is a firm, real foundation underneath our faith and underneath our obedience that doesn't come into being because we're believers, but we believe because it came into being. We have come to share in Christ. Have come. It's done. The union exists. And it exists if we hold our original confidence firm to the end. So this tense right here is crucial. It doesn't say we will have a share in Christ if we hold firm our confidence. It says we have if we hold our confidence. So the persevering confidence to the end confirms that we are united with Christ. It's the union with Christ. It's who we are that enables us to become confident, permanently Christian people to the very end. Or here it is again in 1 John 5:1. Everyone who believes, that's that confidence to the end. Everyone who believes that Jesus is the Christ has been born of God. That's the crucial tense. The believing is the evidence that we have been born of God. This is what we are. God has undertaken to make us something, namely his child. He has caused us to be born again, and believing is the evidence that that has happened. Or here it is again in 1 John 3. We know that we have passed out of death into life. We have passed out of death into life. We've been born again. And we know it because we love the brothers. Loving the brothers does not move us from death to life. This is the whole point. We become what we are. We are those who have passed out of death into life. We know that we have because the fruit of it is love. Galatians 5:6 connects fruit and faith. In Christ Jesus, neither circumcision nor uncircumcision counts for anything, but only faith, and faith works through love. So faith, which is the first evidence of the new birth, that we are a new creation in Christ, produces the works of love. So works of love cannot be what puts us into Christ or makes us who we are. By faith, Abraham obeyed. By faith, he obeyed. So obedience is the fruit of faith. Paul says it like this, 2 Thessalonians 1. To this end, we always pray for you that our God may make you worthy of his calling and may fulfill every resolve for good and every work of faith by his power. So faith is the first evidence of the new birth, as we saw back here. Everyone who believes has been born of God. And from that faith come the works of obedience. By faith, Abraham obeyed. The works of love, faith working through love. So, all of the New Testament commandments that we are to love or obey, all the New Testament commandments are a becoming. They're calling us to become in experience what we are in Christ. And what we are in Christ is a new creation, a new birth. The old has passed away, the new has come. So the Christian life is not do in order to be. It's be in order to do. And this being born again, being a new creation in Christ, being justified, this is a gift of God. It's who we are in Christ. And the doing is the becoming of what we are.